Hello, welcome to today's math class. Today we have this challenge: evaluate the integral of the upper limit. Here we have your ln of 2 and the lower limit is 0. The of our e to the power of sine square x times our e to the power of cos square x dx. So how do we evaluate this? We take our solution first here. All right, so if you look at this challenge carefully, it's a simple one if only you have a strong knowledge of um, trig identity. Okay, we're going to make use of some of the trig identities rules in solving this challenge here. So the question we have the integral within the upper limit of 2 and the lower limit of our 0 of our e all to the power of sine square x there times our e to the power of cos square x there dx. So if you check these two expressions here carefully, there is something we can do from here. We are having E here and we are equally having E here, and we have a multiplication sign here. So we are going to apply a law in indices which says that when you have quantities of this kind multiply themselves, then we can add the exponent together. So the law here which says that when you have your let's take your a to the power of your m there times a to the power of n, so this is equal to your a to the power of m plus n. Now in this question so far you discover that our m is sine square x and our n is cos square x. And so we're going to rewrite the whole of this expression. So it is going to give us our integral within the limit given here. Okay, then we're going to have our e all raised to our sine square x, then plus our cos square x dx. Okay, so if you check carefully again, you discover that we have a beautiful algebraic identity. Sorry, yeah, trig identity rather. And so we're going to succumb to the rule which says the identity which says that your curves, okay, we can start with sine square x, then plus our cos square x equal to 1. This is a very special and important trig identity, one of the most important trig identity you ought to know. Now you discover that everything we have here is what we are having here, and everything on the left hand side is equal to 1 on the right hand side. So we can rewrite the whole of this expression here. So we can replace it by 1. And so the whole of this expression is going to give us the integral of the ln of 2 as the upper limit to our 0 here, then times our, sorry, e all raised to the power of 1, the dx. This is pretty simple, right? Good. Now we are having this to the power of 1, which is same thing as, of course, this is same thing as our the integral within the upper limit, the lower limit of our e, the dx. Now, if you check carefully, e is a constant. And if you integrate this is going to come out, right? Good. So this now implies that we're going to have our integral of our the ln of 2, okay, then within our 0 here, the e dot dx is equivalent to our e times the integral upper limit of ln of 2, then dx. Now the question is, what we now have here? We have divisible 1 here. So we have divisible 1 in here, right? Good. And we know that if we integrate our 1, that will give us our x, right? But here, remember we are having the limit here. So we are giving upper limit and lower limit. Yeah, right? Good. So let's go ahead and integrate this. So if we integrate this, we're going to have our I, constant of integral, is equal to our E, then times our X. So let's put this in a square bracket within the upper limit here, ln of 2, and our naught as the lower limit. Okay, so we cannot go ahead and simplify this. So if we simplify this, we're going to have our I will now be equal to our E, then into a square bracket. The upper limit here is ln of 2. And so this is going to give us our bracket, the ln of 2, close bracket, minus our ln of our 0. So close bracket, square bracket, close here. So this is going to give us a 0, right? So we're going to end up having our E times the ln of our 2 here as the final answer. But remember we said E is a constant and we can equally find the L. So if we input this in our calculator, this is going to give us a numerical value, which is equal to our 1.884169, then 38536, right? So approximately this is going to give us 1.884. And so we cannot say, therefore, our I is equal to our 1.884. So this is the answer you get when you integrate this function here. All right, so if you have any question with regards to this step applying, evaluating this, there, drop it in the comment section. We're going to meet you up in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being there. See you in our next class.